Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. Um, and for those that don't know me, my name is Tanya. It's actually Latanya Stewart Adams. I was born to Nathaniel and Pearl Stewart in Los Angeles, California. I was born on March 15th, 1969. So, yes, I am a March baby, Pisces, um, and proud to be. They call us strange, crazy, weird, whatever. Yeah, but we're some really good people. But anyway, I'm here to share my story. Uh, I'm praying that in some shape or form, my story will touch women and men all over the globe. Um, I'm asking God to speak to me and through me so that my story may save someone's life or at least help someone to turn their life around and turn their life over to God. Um, Let me say first off, this is not about me. It's about the God that's in me, um, and how grateful I am. I am truly grateful. I'm grateful to be here today. Um, I'm grateful to have you here to join me today. And I just give God all the glory for my life. Uh, because if it had not been for the Lord on my side, I wouldn't be here today, you know. And but God has been so good to me. He has really been good to me. When I had the encounter with God, um, like I said, I'll be sharing that when He came, and He told me I was gonna come out standing, that I was gonna stand through it all. Um, and over the years, I have been through so much. And yes, I have me myself questioned and asked God, uh, why me? Why me? Why did I have to have such a hard life? You know, how I would have had 4 children, how I lost all my children. My first one I lost when I was 18 years old. Um, I have no siblings. Um, I have my father was in a marriage, so I do have a stepsister and a stepbrother. And then my father had 3 girls by 3 different women. So my older sister, she passed away in 1983 in a car accident. Her name was Stephanie. Um, so I'm 54. She would have been 64, and I have a younger sister, which is 44. So I'm the middle girl, and I'm just I'm grateful to have had the mother and father that God gave me. Um, it was a really, you know, experience. Excuse me, but I just thank God for my life. I thank God for my life. This morning I was thinking about, it's, you know, you have a life number in your life. It's your life past. Like everybody has like a favorite number, um, and I know that 18 is my number. How I know that I was chosen, um, how God put my whole life on display. For one, the doctor that brought me into the world, his office, the address was 1818 Southwestern. When I first went home, when they brought me home from the hospital, we stayed on Gramercy. The address was 1849 Gramercy. Then the next house we had was around the corner, which the address was 1809 Middleton. Um, my husband's birthday was February the 18th. When I first seen my husband, I looked at him and said that, it just came out my mouth. I said, "That's my husband." And we were married within 6 months. Our marriage lasted for 7 years before he got really sick and went home to be with the Lord. I call him the good and bad husband. um, yeah, and you'll get a chance to hear that story later on, because I'm just grateful to be here. I'm glad that I can be able to reach people. I don't know if this is my next assignment. I've been asking God, what's next? Um, what's next? And my prayer to God is always, Lord, use me. Use me any way you need to use me, oh God. But yeah, so I'm just grateful to be here. Yes, I think I'll do a video about that number 18. I'll get more into that. And, it's like a path number. It's my life path number. That number's been with me, and there's just something about that number 18. Um, yeah, we all have a number. You might have a number that sticks with you, or it's your favorite number or something. But if you just go back and do research, you know, like I did, I knew that 18 was my life path number, because God can show you in signs. And I've been at a certain place at a certain time in my life, and it's like that number is like right there. But over the last 3 years, I have really been dealing with a lot of health issues, and I'm so grateful because I almost died like 3 times with. I was diagnosed with HER2 aggressive breast cancer. Uh, Before that, well, I'll say, back in 2018, I had a slip and fall where I hit the back of my skull. 2 years later, um, I had to have an emergency surgery, and where they went through my neck, and then they cut me down the back of my head and down halfway down my back. And that was in February of 2020, right before the pandemic. So right after the surgery, they like threw me out the hospital, and I was like, I couldn't even use my hands. I couldn't even move. I'm in a head brace. um, but anyway, the doctor told me he needed me to go home. He said because he said it was too dangerous for me to stay in the hospital. So I ended up going home, and I want to say thank you to anyone that's listening that was there for me, that supported me. I can remember there was like 5 people there every day, trying to assist me and trying to help me. And I'm so grateful for the people that the Lord sent to assist me. Even some people off of Facebook came to support me, brought me water and juice and food and everything. So thank you all, and thank you all my prayer warriors that had my back, that was really praying for me. I know prayer works because, like I said, I almost died. I almost died. Actually, I did die on the table. They had to resuscitate me back in February of 2020, when I had the neck and back surgery. And so at 10 months, I seen that about 10 months later, I wasn't getting better. So, I told my primary care doctor, I was like, something's wrong, because at this point, they were just focusing on my neck. And so I told my doctor, I was like, because of my lupus, I'm very sickly. And most of the people with lupus, we don't look sick. It's really internal. And I have a rare type of lupus. It's a organ bone disease. So anyway, my doctor had got some authorizations for me to go see some more doctors and to check on myself or however. And came to find out, thank God, that I knew something wasn't right with me, because when I went to get a mammogram and get do my yearly all over, it came up that I had HER2 aggressive breast cancer. And so that was just 10 months later, after they had to resuscitate me, and they had lost me in the surgery. So yeah, it was a really, really dark time in my life, being diagnosed with HER2 aggressive breast cancer after only just coming out of surgery 10 months prior. I almost died 3 times when I had the cancer. I bled out, um, and they saved me. Um, I had blood clots on my lungs. Um, I was in so much pain. I was in so much pain. I was in and out the hospital, especially the radiation really messed me up. Uh, After the radiation, I just had so many problems and complications, and ended up back in the hospital. So they ended up sending me home on hospice, and I can remember it was this past December. Um, that they told me I only had 10 days to live. Yes. So I'm asking the doctor, I'm like, well, aren't you going to run some tests, to see what's going on or whatever? And so this happened on December the 19th at 3 p.m. I remember I was talking to the hospice doctor, and he told me, it was no need for me to try to get some tests done or whatever, because I had, I think, metastatic breast cancer that had spread it throughout all my organs and all over my body. And he said I wasn't going to survive. I'd be lucky if I survived 10 days. But came to find out. So anyway, I went back to the City of Hope. I went to all my doctors. I went and got retested. I had all the tests redone. I was thankful for the people that supported me, that was there for me, because I really needed the support. And I'm just so grateful, because I really don't have any family. I just have my uncle. And my uncle, he was really there for me. But as far as like on my daddy's side, my mom's side, I really don't have anyone. When my dad passed, my mom passed, my husband passed. I don't have no siblings. I don't have no kids. So, I just, felt alone. But God put some really good people in my life. And so I just thank you all, and thank the people that were there for me when I was going through this. But yeah, it was a lot. I went through a lot these past 3 years. And I believe God allowed a lot of things to happen, because, I'm such a nice person, and I'm thinking everybody thinks like me, and, why we got to argue and fight and talk about each other, and, I'm not innocent, I've done the same thing, but, that's not who I am. I don't want that to be in my character. So I try to surround myself with positive people that can feed me, help me to grow. I ask God every day, help me be a better person. So I'm here today because thank God for my little play nephew. My play sister, they came out here, and he got my YouTube channel back going and everything. So I'm hoping that, it can help someone, or help somebody turn their life around. Give your life unto God. It has really been a struggle for me my whole life. And I'm going to have to really break this down, because I have so many things that I want to share with you all about my experiences, my journey, what I've been through, what I survived, my relationship with God. How my life got so bad, I had to just surrender. I really had to surrender and give it all to God. I had to really surrender. And when I tell you guys, I was dying. I was dying in my addiction. I do good, and then I would go back. I do good, then I go back. And I just got fed up. I got fed up with myself. And I know God was with me, and I know that, I'm not alone. He's always been there with me, but I just never really felt like I had very sincere friends or people that really loved me. I'm a type of person, when you come in my presence, I can automatically pick up your energy. I can automatically tell if a person is sincere, if they lying to me, they telling the truth. And sometimes I play naive and I act like I don't know what's going on. But I know who's real and who's fake, But, it's okay. Because where we are today, that's what's in the air. You know, every man for themselves. It's sad that I remember as growing up, we used to could live together and everything. Now, people can't live together. It'll be impossible. But all the things that are happening in the world, you know, um, I don't know how, we're supposed to survive without one another. Unfortunately, I have a lot of people upset with me. I was in a bad accident. I almost died in the surgery. Actually, I did die and I had to be resuscitated back to life. Um, but it really messed me up for life because I'll never be able to work again. Um, It's not much that I can do, even though I'm getting better. It's a lot of stuff that I can't do, you know. And I won the case. Um, it's never enough money to pay for what all I had to go through and almost lose my life, you know. But I actually was the first millionaire in my family um, because of something happened to me because of an accident. And I thought I was gonna get the money. I was gonna get to, open up businesses. My plan, me, your plan and God plan is totally different. So, I'm knowing that I'm gonna settle. You know, um, it wasn't enough money, not to have messed me up for the rest of my life. Um, I'd rather be, back where I was, taking care of myself and hustling, get my own money. At least I would have still had my health and I would be able to do a lot more in life. So a lot of people, uh, and, I get a lot of enviness and jealousy and stuff, but, they just don't know. They just don't know, you know. Uh, they see me being blessed, but it's just the harvest um, because of what I've sown and all the stuff that I had to endure, and how I surrendered unto God. I had to come out of the world, you know, and I believe I was on that path for about 5 years where I was just sold out to God. I didn't have no friends, I just, I did a lot of volunteering, a lot of volunteer work. My original church was Faithful Central. I've been there since 1996 to 2019. And um, thumbs up to Bishop Omer. I'm really grateful. A friend of mine has brought me to that church. Um, and I'm so grateful to have God put her in my life because I've been up under Bishop Omer's teaching since 1996. So I volunteered there. I worked for the seniors department for 5 years as a driver um, in my recovery. That's how I got over the addiction of drugs. I kept myself really busy, and then there's another church called the Bread of Life, and I volunteered there um, ever since 2008. So I think I volunteered about 10 years at the food bank. Um, I did the 40 days, 40 nights in my Bible, fasting and praying. Um, and during that 40 days and 40 nights, I can remember going to sleep and this big ball coming out of my mouth. So I'm asleep. I'm in this dream I'm having. And so whatever this big old ball that came out of my mouth, I'm trying to pick it open, which it was the clay. And so when I opened it up, it's this broken little girl inside. She has one arm and one leg. And so when I went to church, I asked one of the elders, one of the mothers of the church, I was telling her about, I had did the 40 days and 40 nights of prayer because I was trying to get delivered from myself, Um, I was just trying to get delivered from drugs. I just wanted to give up on life. I had tried to commit suicide so many times. I was hoping that I would just die. But and the whole time I just prayed to God. I just prayed to God. I prayed to God, because I didn't know how I got there. But yeah, I ended up in a very dark place. And so I had to really surrender all to God. And let me tell you something. Um, it's a lot of believers, even myself. We got one foot in and one foot out. Because when you sold out for God, I'm telling you, it's a very lonely walk. Within those 5 years, yes, I did get delivered. I got delivered and set free from a lot of stuff. I got delivered from me, because I was my worst enemy. Um, I learned that I couldn't blame everybody for what I had been through. I allowed these things to happen in my life. And so, that's when I realized I have choices today. We all have choices, so it's just up to you. You know, majority of my life, I kept my life just kept going in this circle, and I just thought I had control, and I had no control over my life. So I just prayed and I asked God to just get in the driver's seat, and yes, I allowed Him to take me to where He was trying to take me, and so He has really shown me that if you take one step, He'll take two, because God has, just blessed me, His grace and His mercy over my life. I'm going to be sharing some testimonies, some stories about my past, about my childhood, about my addictions with drugs, alcohol, just being worldly, being in bad relationships, abusive relationships, just getting with the wrong cliques, just cliques that wasn't for me, because sometimes you find yourself in a room with a bunch of people, and then if you the smartest person in the room, evidently you in the wrong room. So I just thank God for the more positive people that are in my life today, the associated people that I associate with today. So I'm truly grateful to have the few people in my life. God has truly blessed me. I'm 54 years old. I was able to buy my first home cash. I bought a home in Las Vegas. And when I had received the settlement, I thought I was going to be able to, take the money and open up different businesses. I wanted to help people and thought we could get some businesses started, women groups and stuff. I had all these plans, but it didn't work out like that. When I actually got the settlement, I had to spend all the money. So I didn't mess up my Medi-Cal and all this stuff. So, a lot of people were upset with me because they thought I had the money and I would just, just said like, forget them or whatever. But that wasn't the case. The case was I had to spend the money and let Social Security know and Medi-Cal know what I did with the money. So what I did, I purchased a home in Las Vegas and I paid cash money for it. And so when I got to Las Vegas, Rocky, come here, baby. It was a beautiful, beautiful home I purchased in Las Vegas. But I believe God allowed those things to happen and to show me who my real friends were. It was a really eye-opener, because when I bought the house, I'm saying to myself with all this, because, I bought the house right when it was when this COVID thing was going on or whatever. And so, I was just grateful to purchase the house and be a homeowner and everything. And I'm saying to myself, for the people that have been in my life, okay, I bought us a house in case somebody, end up being homeless or somebody needed some help or whatever. We got this house in Vegas, that I own. So, I thought I was, purchasing the house and, for me and my, for my people to enjoy it. Well, come to find out, when I bought the house, a lot of people turned against me. A lot a lot of people really showed me who they were. People that I thought were gonna come and, enjoy the house with me and everything, they wouldn't even come see the house. They would not even come and see the house. And let me tell you, I know everybody goes to Vegas, even if you don't go but for the summer. People are in Vegas or whatever. So I had it set up to where, you didn't have to rent no hotel room or whatever. I had this big old house in Vegas or whatever. But I believe God allowed me to purchase that home and really to show me the people that I thought was my friends. They really wasn't my friends. And they turned their back on me. I still have my place in LA on 8th Avenue. I tried to sublease it out, trying to help people that maybe don't have good credit or trying to get on their feet or whatever. Because I've been there. So, I keep that apartment over there on 8th Ave to sublease it to help people. You can stay here for 6 months, a year, get yourself together. That way you can get your own place. But it seems like every time I try to give somebody the opportunity to go in there and get themselves together, it just don't work out, and then I'm the bad person, For some reason, every time I try to help somebody, they go in there, they tear the apartment up, they don't want to pay, they late on the rent, late on the bills and stuff. Excuse me. Ever since I fixed my credit back in 2017, I got my credit score up to 749. So it stays, in the top high 600s and the middle 700s. So I try to keep that there, and I'm not gonna mess my credit up and stuff. But people, when the stuff is not in their name, they don't care nothing about being in your name. They pay bills when they want to pay them, just like I used to do. Until I knew I was getting too old to not have good credit. So 8th Ave gave me the opportunity to work hard, to get my credit fixed, to get my life together. And a lot of things transpired, within these last 10 years that I've had that apartment. But it helped me, So, I try to reach back and help other people. But I believe God just allowed a lot of stuff to happen just to show me who my real friends were, who had my back, who didn't have my back. I pray every day for wisdom and discernment. And I must tell you that I am so gifted at discerning people, picking up people's energy. Some people come around me, they just be lying and smiling in my face and stuff and be talking about me like a dog behind my back. And a lot of times they don't even know that I know this. But, I get it from their energy. I can pick up on these things. So, I had to let a lot of people go. I had to release a lot of people. I had to release a lot of people because, I want the same love that I'm giving, And so, if I can love you and respect you and, be there to support you, I expect the same thing from you. Because, it took me a long time to realize, people can only do what you allow them to do. So, I just had to release people. I had to let people go. Not saying that I don't love them, because we may have had, some really good memories. We might have had some really good times back in the days or whatever and stuff. But, we change, we grow up. Some people go out there and try to do better with their life. Some people stay stuck, And, for me, the people that stay stuck is the ones that hate on you the most, because they still doing the same stuff they was doing when we was doing 20, 30 years ago, I just always knew that I could be better. I could do better, And so I don't let stuff like that. I don't let that stuff bother me. I just ask God to continue to help me to be better, help me to forgive those that have despitefully used me, talked about me, took advantage of me, harmed me, hurt me in any kind of way. Because it says in the Bible, for what they do not know. So, yes, I'm grateful to be here. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I just got everything set up, so I'm going to really have to get into this so I can, the things that I'm going to be talking about, so that the recordings don't be so long, and so I can keep you guys coming back wanting to hear my story. And like I said, whatever you're doing, if it's good or if it's bad, take God with you, because you can't do anything without God. And so I'm grateful to be here. I'm just asking God, what is my next assignment? I'm trying to be still and hear from God. So I do a lot of fasting. I do a lot of praying. I'm not where I want to be with God. And because it got lonely up there, being on that spirit realm, and we're in the world, but we're not of the world. You don't have no friends. The people that you were associating with, they don't want to hear about God. They don't want to talk about God. And then they talk about you. Oh, she want to talk about God. Oh, she do this, she do that. I'm still human. I'm still a human being. You know what I'm saying? I still trying to figure out, what, to stay on that narrow path, not to be distracted. I'm not worried about being in a relationship, because, I got to hear from God. I got to stay focused. I got to stay prayed up. I don't want to be in no toxic relationship. I'm not desperate. I'm good, until God sends someone, and I know that God sent him. I know, yes, I would love to be, have a companion, or, someone that loves God, and we can pray together and, go on this journey together. And I don't see it, that would be a big surprise for me. But no, I'm not lonely. I'm fine. I'm doing much better. I'm grateful to God to still be alive. Just like he said, when I had that encounter, he said I was going to come out standing. I was going to stand through it all. And when I tell you, I have almost died so many times. God has spared my life so many times. And I can honest to God say, people, they be shocked. Like, she survived that, she survived this, she survived that. And now that I'm reaping my harvest, they all mad at me. But you don't know what I had to go through. You don't know that I've been going through stuff ever since, I was brought into the world. It's a lot that I didn't get to enjoy. I didn't have a big family. I didn't have siblings. I don't have kids. So yes, my journey is different. I had to go through a lot. God used me to go through a lot of stuff that a lot of women, they wouldn't have survived it. I survived it because I know God, and because I know I wasn't in it alone. And no matter what I was doing in my life, I just trusted God. I continue to stay in church. I continue to stay in prayer. I started being disciplined, obedient, trying to just follow God, trying to follow God. So like I said, I don't know where God's trying to take me. I know that I'm 54 now. They said I approximately have maybe about 5 years of survival, but I'm trusting God, because you can't give me no date. The Lord will call me when it's my time. But until he does, I just want God to use me. I want God to use me. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed about anybody coming on here and hearing what I have to say. Because hopefully something that I say, or something, may help somebody, may save somebody's life. You know, I know many a times I wanted to commit suicide. I didn't want to live. I tried to kill myself, you know. And sometimes people be going through stuff you don't even know they going through it, you know, because everybody puts a mask on. But I just think we're in a time, you know, I just encourage people, just work on yourself. Stop worrying about everybody else. You know, just try to be a better person. We so quick to point the finger at somebody. I learned a long time ago. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and point the finger at yourself. Maybe you the problem. Because if everybody's saying it's about you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? You need to, look in the mirror or sit down and think about, the actions you take or the thing, how you present yourself, your character, the people you hanging around or what you're doing in your life or whatever. I just think everybody be better if everybody mind their own business and work on themselves. If you can't do somebody no good, then just, leave them alone. Leave people alone. I have no right or in no kind of shape, form, or fashion to be sitting up talking about somebody because I should, I done been through, so much stuff in my life. I done made a whole lot of mistakes. And I kept on making them till I got sick and tired and being sick and tired to where, my mother didn't raise me where she taught me a lot of stuff. So I had to be my own self mother. So, but, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know what I'm saying? You'll surrender. And I pray to God that you will. Surrender unto God and, just trusting, So, I'm going to end this video for today, you guys. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a blessed day. And like I said, no matter if it's good, if it's bad, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going in life, take God with you. And trust me, you will come out standing. If you get out of the driver's seat, get your butt over in the passenger seat, and let God take you where He's trying to take you. All right. Peace out. Love you guys.